I want the uprights closed in, or maybe make them 2 points. Kickers are not really football players. All right, let's see what
yes, they are. Stop.
What?
Stop.
What do you mean, yes, they are? They used to be because you'd have people. What? Kicker's not a football player. That's a soccer player on the football field. Who are you kidding? Come on. Don't sell. What do you mean, stop?
I love Al Del Greco. That was my guy.
Fine. Yes, he's your guy.
That was my guy.
That wasn't the question.
That's
was
my
Al
guy.
Del Greco? No, you're just agreeing with me. Was Al Del Greco a football player? Hell no.
Yeah. All Al did and was go and play Atari, and then we would radio upstairs to bring him down for the last 20 minutes of practice. Did I age myself when I said Atari?
Yes, you did. No, I don't care. That was the original one, Atari. That's nicely done. You're not that old. You don't even know it. I got ties as old as you. You don't know old.
Man,
how many years do I have on you?
I
got almost 20 years on you.
I may have a special guest today.
Fine. It's your segment. It's Gary Ellis and Homer Hour. Anybody I know?
A special guest.
Thanasis is having that special guest.
We just talked about him last week. We just talked about him last week.
I don't remember 5 minutes ago. Don't tell me about last week. I know.
Well, former Badger. I'm going to tease it. Former Badger.
Dr. J. Former
Badger. Yeah.
What sport?
Running back.
The guy that was around, Larry Emery.
No.
Alan Amici. No, I think he's dead.
No.
Let's see. Braylon Allen.
No.
Oh, that'd be really cool. Get Braylon Allen on.
No, well, he's not here.
Rufus the Roadrunner Ferguson, who was the star when I first came on campus.
He's in Florida.
Rufus is?
Yeah.
Or the special guest?
No, the special guest is here tonight where I'm at.
Wow. A running back.
Yeah.
I give up. I give up.
We just talked about him last week, Homer, for crying out loud.
What do you mean last week? I don't remember yesterday, much less last week.
My God, stop it.
It's not stop it. I'm going to lie. I'm going to remember it, but act like I don't remember it? That's even worse than old.
I'm efforting him right now to see if I can get him in here. But I'm at an event. Huh?
Right. Is he better than you? Was he better than you?
Well, none of them jokers better than me, home. You know that, man. Come on, home team.
No, did he have more yards? Did he have more yards?
Yeah, he had more yards. Yeah, he had more yards. He had more yards.
Okay.
He had more
Billy
yards.
Merrick. Billy Merrick.
No, Billy Merrick. Is he dead?
That's a great question. Let's do an Is He Dead segment.
Oh, no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that.
No, come on. Like, what is hard for you to...
He's from Wisconsin.
Oh man, running
back. Running back. You just talked about him last week.
How many times are you going to say we just talked about him last week? I told you I don't remember. I don't remember.
Running back.
Whoa, we talked about Braylon Allen the whole time.
Backs. Okay, other than Braylon Allen, name other running backs that are from Wisconsin that you know.
All right. That played at Wisconsin.
Yes.
Shoot, I don't know that. No, I'm not.
Had a cup of coffee with Pittsburgh.
No. Michael Bennett.
Nope.
But he did.
Had a cup of coffee with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I can't remember. Now you're just gonna make me look bad.
Homer, come on, Homer. You're killing me, man.
Fine.
What is this?
Welcome to old, buddy. What was your name again? Where did you play? I remember you. You were the number one running back in Florida the year after Emmitt Smith, right? Is that right?
No,
you were the high school player of the year in Florida the year after Emmitt Smith. That's what I'll never forget. You don't have to ask me that. You don't ever have to ask me. You were the high school high school football player of the year in Georgia after what player? I'll remember that forever.
No, I'm not doing that. We just talked about this dude, I think he was the high school football player of the year in the state of Georgia. I mean, not Georgia, but in the state of Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin?
This dude here. This dude here. He was the best.
Name
him. Name a home team.
I told you. What decade did he play in? Oh,
see, I know what's wrong. You know what? I know what's wrong with you right now.
John Clay.
Johnny Clay. I'm efforting right now. I think he's in
We
the
did
house.
talk about him. Man, he was good. Yeah. In high school, he was Jim Brown.
You know what I want to know? I want to know when they played TCU in the Rose Bowl, why didn't they give him the football on like the 3-yard line? He ran the football all the way down there, and they're gonna try to throw the ball. That's what I want.
So I can tell you. Well, I can tell you why. You know what the answer is?
Was that Brett Bielema or was that the head coach then? Was that Paul
All I
Chris?
can tell you is there's only one reason he didn't get the ball, because Barry Alvarez wasn't the head coach. Barry Alvarez, the head coach,
Could have gave it to him.
right? Ron Dane loved it when Barry Alvarez. I don't know if he had a bad knee or something. He was up.
You don't even have to think about it.
No, he basically said, "I'm going to Ron Dane. I'm giving you the ball like every play." He never let him come out. Never let. It was so. Yes, Barry Alvarez was not the coach. John Clay. Yes, John Clay is one of the greatest high school football players ever in the state of Wisconsin.
Yes,
I think we could make a show on if we could get people to call in who played against him, who faked not trying to tackle him because it hurt so much. I told you about Jim Bertelson, who played at Hudson.
yes.
First time he ran, a friend of mine said the guy tried to tackle him and it hurt so bad he got hurt that a number of them kind of faked like they were trying to body block him, and
right,
so that he could jump over him and then they wouldn't get hurt.
Yeah,
I think that happened. There were some people that did not want to tackle John Clay. No doubt about it.
Right, ran away from that dude, and he was fast.
Right.
So, should I try to effort and get him on tonight? Right here.
Of course. John Clay.
All right, I'm working on it. I'm working on it right now.
He was a better running back at I think he was a better running back at Wisconsin than you. I don't know. That's pretty close.
Yeah, he was. Yes.
Well, no, part of the problem was that the team that he was on would get him.
They ran the football. When I played, we had Al Toon, first round pick.
Right.
We had this other guy named Thad McFadden who played in USFL.
Correct. Very fast.
We had this
very fast.
We had this other guy, Tim Straka, who played for the Cleveland Browns.
Tight end. He was okay.
No, Straka, he played for the Browns. We had Jeff Nault, who played for the Falcons. We had a lot of receivers. We threw the ball a lot. With, of course, Randy Wright.
If you would have been on the team at the same time as John Clay, would your numbers have been as good?
Anywhere in that era. Anywhere in that era. P.J. Hill, John Clay, Brian Calhoun, all them jokers. Anywhere, Anthony Davis. What's his name? Anthony Davis?
You wouldn't have been as good as Brian. Anthony Davis. You wouldn't have been as good as Brian Calhoun. Nope.
Oh, yeah, I would have.
I don't think so.
You know why?
Really?
Can I tell you why? I was bigger and faster, and I was a receiver in high school. All of that.
You were faster than Brian Calhoun.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Dude, I ran a 4.4 coming out of high school, bro. I was 6'2", running a 4.4. I was 220 pounds, bro.
What'd you run in the pro thing? 5.4? What happened?
You need to stop.
You didn't run 4.4. You did not run 4.4 entering the NFL. There's no way.
You need to stop.
Well, no, what do I have to stop? You're doing worse than me. You're trying to sell me. You played football. You played in the NFL, and you're trying to tell me kickers are football players. Don't you? You are not going to sleep tonight. You are not going to sleep tonight.
Al Del Greco was a kicker, and he was. You
guys made fun of. You made fun of what they did at practice.
Where you get this stuff? On the way you get this stuff half the time.
What do you mean? They're important to a football team.
I'm efforting John Clay to come on at 5:30.
Like if you had a cook who drove a car, that doesn't make him a race car driver, even if he's on the team. No, a kicker is basically a soccer player on a football field. Right? They're important. There's a lot of pressure. It's not easy. But they're not a football player. Come on.
I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing
Why
this
not?
With you. Not doing this
All right,
with
explain. All right, I'll move on because we'll talk about changing rules. This I got to hear.
Well, let's do this. How about this?
Yeah.
How about let's do this? I'm going to let's have John Clay let's take John next segment. Can we do that?
Sure. Yeah, we'll take a break and then we'll have John Clay. Receive a free pint of Guinness this month during the Guinness Basketball Hour. Stop by Pete's Pub on Brady Street. Oh man, it's already too late. It was 4 to 5 for a free pint. Enjoy the basketball games in Guinness at Nomad, Moe's Downtown, Trinity, and Magoo's. Guinness Basketball Hour this Friday. It just ended. Go by Pete's Pub and say, Homer said you might give me a free pint, because he didn't announce it until 5:11. Well, maybe there's another Guinness one, and I read the old one. Fisco Auto Body. I tell people to go there so they'll like me. I mean, you'll get a great auto body place, and you're taken care of forever. But it's family business, owned since 1931. It's not what they do, it's who they are. They're so good at it. By the time they're doing it for you, they've been doing it so long. It's easy. For some reason, they don't want to tell you it's easy, but the quality of their work will tell you it must be. On Forest Home in Franklin. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. Go there. You'll love them. And then you'll say, damn, Homer knows what he's talking about. Thanks, Homer. See, it helps my reputation. Fisco. John Clay. Will he tell the truth about kickers? Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on 94.5 ESPN.
We are still seeing some delays along westbound 894 coming out of the Mitchell interchange through the Loomis area. There's that construction zone where they've got the left lane blocked because they're working on the median area there. Other than that, we've got eastbound 94 just tapping on the brakes heading across the Hawley Road to Mitchell Boulevard area. And then, of course, southbound on 43 backing up from Capitol Drive down past Keith through that construction zone there too. But these are all pretty much minimal delays, just dealing with wet roads now. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, flurries ending, some clearing, a low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All the sounds you love of summer are back.
It's baseball season. Opening day in Milwaukee on 94.5 ESPN is brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Tune in all day long on April 2nd as we get you ready for the Milwaukee baseball home opener. And make sure you're stocked up on all your beverage needs for baseball season and make a stop into National Liquor Mart on 16th and National. They have the coldest beer and a huge liquor selection with great pricing. Get ready, baseball fans. Opening day in Milwaukee on 94.5 ESPN is brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
The moment you've been waiting for is here. Eagle Sports Range is officially open for action. It's Wisconsin's largest indoor range, offering unlimited range time in 40 lanes, which include 20 20-yard lanes and 20 50-yard lanes, and no reservations needed. Just show up and let the fun begin. With a staggering selection of 100 firearm rentals to use, every visit is a new adventure. Eagle Sports Range is also a go-to for education. Take advantage of their concealed carry classes and gun safety courses. Safety first, excitement second. Visit them out in Cudahy or online at eaglesportsrange.com. Eagle Sports Range, where education meets exhilaration.
It's March Mania time at all Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealerships.
5 seconds left. Drives, scores!
That means choosing from the area's biggest selection, plus saving thousands from the Midwest's top-ranked automotive dealer. Your nearby Cunis Auto Group dealership, featuring America's #1 rated starting lineup from Buick and GMC. At nearby locations in both Greenfield and Oak Creek, we've got the only March Mania sales event in the Milwaukee Metro Region, where everyone's a winner.
For the lead, bullseye!
We're putting on a full-court press to sell over 500 new and used vehicles in March. No other competitor can go one-on-one with the deals from the Cunis Auto Group team. Our Cunis sales MVPs lead the league and assist to our customers. So getting the vehicle of your needs at a price and payment you can afford is a slam dunk. Plus, we're paying above top Kelley Blue Book values on all trade-ins, no matter what the mileage or condition. So buy like a champion today at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealership or online at shopcunis.com.
It's Fish Fry Friday. Homer's joined by Chris Leffler of Revere's Well Street Tavern to talk about their fish fry.
Give us the background, how you got involved there, and how the fish fry has developed there.
Revere's Well Street Tavern. We took the bar and restaurant over from your friend Bob Lang back in 2008 and have built that business from 2008 till today.
Did you just keep the same fish fry? What evolved from what you looked at and then what you did?
We evolved the fish fry quite a bit. We, again, offer perch, cod, and walleye.
The dynamic the same at all of your restaurants, or is it different? Do they like different stuff there?
At Revere's, get out there, try the potato pancakes with the special applesauce. You'll love it.
Every neighborhood, every city's different. Fish fry big from the beginning. People love it out there. I assume in every city in Wisconsin, but maybe not.
The fish fries of Wisconsin are tradition, and Revere's is no different.
Revere's Well Street Tavern in Delafield. Head there today for their fish fry. Revere'sTavern.com. This is the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
It's 1:45, the best 60 minutes of your day. Marquette won, Wisconsin's playing later on. This is the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. He said, I have a special guest. I don't know that they've ever made the list. I believe Gary will introduce maybe the greatest high school running back in the history of the state of Wisconsin in high school. I want him to tell stories about players who were afraid to tackle him. That maybe they tackle him and they go, John, could you just like run a little slower and just go ahead, Gary. Introduce your special guest. This is awesome.
Well, I mean, I got to pay homage, really, Homer. We start talking about maybe the greatest running back in the history of Wisconsin. It's probably got to be Brent Moss, doesn't it?
In high school? No. That Brent Moss was not as good as John Clay in high school. He did more in college.
Well, it's got to be
I gotta check.
Brian Calhoun. Then. It's got to be Brian Calhoun. It can't be John Clay.
I don't know. I'm going to check. I got to find my guy as far as high school football. But I have a friend, Bill Johnson. You know him. He did.
Yep.
I don't know which high school championship game John Clay was in. And he was in awe. He said he would say it was a man among boys, but it was bigger than that. He said it was like a lion against ants. So and then he was John Clay. I don't know. Also, was a defensive player then. I think he was going both ways, and nobody could block him, and he would just tackle the quarterback too. And I gotta see the accuracy of him going both ways in that state championship game. So he's kind of saying yeah. Okay. Maybe he'll say, yeah, when I go, look, kickers are not football players. They're on a football team. They're not football players.
Well, no introduction needed. John Clay, best high school running back in the state of Wisconsin.
I will admit, I need to do more research.
What about Ellen Amici?
Don't go Old Testament on me. Come on. No.
All right, it's therefore you can ask John the question. Go ahead and ask John the question.
Okay. All right, John. Do I have that? What was it? You were a junior at the state championship. Did you go both ways? Am I?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Junior year, I was starting running back, and then also DN also.
Right. And did you guys win the state your junior year, or did you win it your senior year? I don't remember.
We won in my junior year. We played against Wisconsin Rapids.
Okay. Now, you got to tell me, there had to be stories of people that you played against, like I mentioned a guy who played in the NFL that somebody played against in high school. He said they faked like they were trying to tackle him because it hurt too much to tackle him, so they kind of let him jump over. You don't – so –
I would say I've heard that before. We used to let me run past so they didn't have to go ahead with me. The time I need to outrun a whole lot of people, so it kind of lose for them when they did that.
Yeah. So what brings you to where all?
No, forget all that. You know what I want to know?
You ask him. It's your hour.
You know what I want to know? I want to know. I paid $10,000 to go to the Rose Bowl to watch them play TCU. This dude run up and down the damn field, and then they get down to the 3-yard line. I don't know who was the head coach, offensive coordinator, but somebody got smart. They didn't give my man the ball. Why didn't give you the ball, man? That's what I want to know.
That is the
it's a good
question I get. My answer is I did. I was Blake on it. I was rolling with it. Whatever happened after that.
Now you kind of came in and out a little bit, but in the huddle, could you at various times go, Give me the ball. Let's go. Come on. Give me the ball. I'll take care of it. I don't know if that ever happens.
Absolutely. It's been multiple games I've said that to my offensive coordinator. At the time, it was Coach Chris. I would get on the little headset and tell him what play I wanted, or I would call my own play before and tell him this is the first running play I wanted. And he said, if I call my own play, I better get a first down or a big play. So after that, every time I got my own play call, I made sure it was a first down if it wasn't a home run play.
And what was your level of success for what happened when you called a play?
Oh, I didn't get stopped not once. It was first down every time I got my first run play.
Well, tell us more. What was your favorite play? What?
My favorite play I remember to this day is Fire Panther. Fire Panther, that's what we call it. We have a pulling guard coming from the left side. We're going straight to the B gap. We got the guard pulling right through the middle of the B gap, following right behind him and my fullback, and even with a tight end coming around with him. So we coming straight downhill, playing smash mouth football, Wisconsin style, in the cold. That was like my all-time favorite play. Love being in the trenches.
That's a lot of beef.
Well, I was going to say, did it work because you had 26 blockers in front of you, as you just described it, or was it the nature of the run, like you liked running? I don't know what running backs like in terms of one play better, another one that gives you space or one that gives you room to pick the hole behind the blocking. Teach us a little bit as to why you would like that play.
Wisconsin was perfect for me. I love the zone read because I do my step. I can see the defense, see where it's flowing. I can make a jump cut, either go backside, front side. Fire our power plays, I'm coming straight down here. Anybody in the hole, I'm trying to take their head off, and I'm trying to get positive yards.
What was the difference for you between high school and college? Is the talent you go against or the nature of the game? Everybody says in all sports, when you move up a level, the game gets quicker, but I don't know if that applies here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely the talent level. You had me coming in as a freshman. I'm playing against seniors as All-Americans, and just the knowledge and the speed of the game is just like, top notch. So it was an adjustment that, of course, you have to go each and every game to prepare yourself. But, I enjoyed every bit of the challenge of them box and trying to stop us. That was like my thing. Like, if they want to stack the box, they better bring another person down in there because it ain't going to be easy.
He being real modest. John Clay, you know what I'm getting ready to say?
What?
Huh?
What's that?
Gam.
Go
you know
say
what
it.
gam means? Grown ass man. Freshman year.
Yeah.
He came out of his mama already with teeth. Teeth. T-E-F-F. He already had teeth out of his mama womb. He didn't even drink Similac. He was already drinking whole milk.
Okay. See, I don't know.
It was bad,
it's
man.
funny. Well, hold on. While it's funny, while what you say is funny, and you have a future stand-up if you want to go there, to some degree, I wondered if he feels this way, that people just thought it was like all natural. He's a man against boys, because it requires, as you know, a certain level of skill. It requires other things that he had to do to be successful. It's not like he walked out on the field and he was Andre the Giant like professional wrestling.
You like one of these guys. Y'all want to get in all the minutia of all.
Yes.
What's the play?
Yes.
No. Give me the damn ball. I'll figure it out. That's him.
Well, all right, but here's.
He trying to do all this. This guy.
Wait a minute, because I want. Right, but when you say, let me figure it out, I want to know what he's going to figure out. Maybe there's nothing to figure out. I suspect there might be something to figure out, that it required something other than he was born as a 21-year-old man.
I'm going to just say this. I was very gifted. God bless me
Exactly.
with my ability.
Right.
I mean, you don't really see too many 6'2" coming out of high school, 6'2", 230 running backs coming into college right away like that. I was very blessed. Great genetics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I had great genetics, and I guess I would have that advantage of a lot of people. And obviously, my family's in the track background, so I already had the speed. So it's just everything kind of fell in my lap, and I just used my tools, honed in on them, and told myself that as I'm playing ball, not one person should be able to tackle me, and that was my goal, and that was my desire that no one man should tackle me. It should be a tackle on me by myself.
Did it happen in college? Had to have happened some of the time. Players are a lot better.
I mean, you have your good days. Everybody has their good days.
Well,
Everybody has their bad days.
Play. I mean, this guy can make a play. This other guy can make a play.
Yeah, I mean, you win,
Right.
you lose,
Yeah.
but most of the time it wasn't one. 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, it was more than one coming. One would trip me up, the other would hit me, and then another one would come, and then it'll just go that way. It wasn't just one individual.
Home team. So how about this?
Yes.
We got all the blocking schemes.
Talking
all the
with
blocking
John
schemes.
Clay for people who just joined the program. Normally this is the Gary Ellison Homer Hour, but he decided, you know what? I'm going to bring on John Clay, which is fine because it's your hour. But if it was my hour, I'd bring on John Clay too.
Damn right. Home team. So here's the deal. We got everybody
Yes.
blocked up.
Right.
I looked at my coach. He said, I says, well, who blocking that guy? That guy free. You know what my coach said?
That's your job.
That's your guy. Can't block
You gotta
everybody.
That's right. You got to beat one guy. Yep. Right.
That's your guy. Maybe two.
Well,
We
did
get
John
you to
Clay have to
last
do?
game, that's your guy.
Let's ask John Clay if he had to do the same. Was it the same? Because Gary played 100 years before you did. So did the game change at all?
Absolutely. I mean, you got one to beat. That was the mindset. We get everybody a hat on the hat. You got one to beat. And, at the end of the day, I felt as myself who I am that not one person be able to tackle me, and it shouldn't be corner or safety either. That's going to stop me. So either they're going to get ran over, or I'm jumping over, or I'm going to make a move. I didn't do too many dancing. I'm straight downhill. Either when I was in college, there's 245 is coming straight downhill. So either you're going to get on the train or you're going to get out the way.
I know this. If I was John Clay and it's like I got to beat one guy and they say it's a quarterback, I go, I want to run that play every play for the entire game. Because ain't no way a cornerback's ever going to stop me. Now, a safety, I would think there's a chance. But
after 4 quarters, after 3 quarters of getting hit so many times, for me and offensive linemen, I think a lot of people, 4th quarter comes around, they looking at the clock and seeing how much time they got left so they can leave.
yes. All right, now we get the question for running backs. For Gary Ellison and John Clay, you both get to answer the question. We'll address in college. All right, you ready?
Yep.
How many runs would you have liked in a game if you had been in charge? Gary Ellison, how many carries in a game?
Well, see, here I'm a little bit jealous of the Barry Alvarez era. Because them dude got it 30, 40 times.
Right.
I think maybe the most time I ever carried a footballing game was probably 25.
Okay, but now the question again is, right, this is not what it was. How many did you, if you were in charge, how many carries did you want in a game in college for Wisconsin? How many?
Home team. Give me the ball every single play.
Now, come on, 30.
Take their ass off the field.
No, you want them to block 30. Did you would have liked 30 carries a game, right? Am I right or more?
Or more.
More, absolutely.
What do you mean? Absolutely. You don't want 50 carries a game. Come on, you're going to be dead.
If I had to.
If I needed to be, if I was in Coach Alvarez era, it's funny. because I used to talk to him. He said, "I don't think you'd be able to handle my offense." I was like, "Coach, if you give me the ball as much as you gave Dane the ball, it would have been something special happening."
Right.
Did you ever talk to Ron Dane?
Oh,
Ron Dane told me
Ron
many times. He either let me go out and rest for a play. No, you ain't ever coming out, dude.
I mean, once you hot, you hot. Yeah. You know. And then when I was playing, I was getting it over 30 times, and I was sharing a backfield with my running mates with Monty Ball and James White. So I was sharing the carries with them.
Yeah.
So I will get my rest, but feed me. I can absorb. Don't let it be a cold day. Feed me the ball, because ain't nobody gonna catch the ball when it's hard as a rock. I'll run it all day. Give me 40 carries.
40 carries.
40 carries. I think the most I ever got in the game was maybe like 33, 34.
No, because I've talked to Ron Dane, and he liked it. Alvarez had some injury, and he was upstairs in the booth, and he'd fake like he didn't hear from him, take himself out of a play. I can't play every play. I need a break here. That's Ron Dane. If Ron Dane said he needed a break, then you guys would have needed a break.
Nah, that's RBU. You feed me the ball, I'm going to make something happen.
So now, question 2. Your favorite game ever at the University of Wisconsin? Gary Ellerson. Favorite game?
I would probably have to say anytime, 2 teams. Anytime we play Iowa or Minnesota. Anytime.
Really?
Yeah.
Because?
Now, back when I played, of course, Ohio State was a big dog. Michigan was a big dog.
You didn't say that.
Remember, back in the early 80s, I think Michigan
one of the great
was
upsets, beating Michigan.
Yeah. We beat Michigan, and then 2 weeks later, Ohio State was ranked number 1. Then we beat Ohio State at Camp Randall.
Yes.
And the first time we had beat them in like 30, 40 years. But the games that you wanted to be in for sure was Iowa and Minnesota. I wanted to bring it to Iowa every single time.
Wow. All right, John.
I think we all know the obvious answer to this one. Definitely when we knocked off the Buckeyes when they were number 1. I mean, that whole atmosphere was.
Was that the kickoff return one?
Kickoff return.
What's my guy name?
David Gilry.
Yeah, I remember that. I was in the stands. Everybody wasn't even in the stands when that thing happened. I had got my seat already and watched it. I go, oh my God, I'm just gonna be drunk all night.
That would have been my game, because it was special. 1, we beat them when it was number 1, and 2, I broke their streak of having a 100-yard rusher on her. I think they haven't had somebody rush 100 yards on them in like 3 years or something like that. And I was able to break that streak for them and got over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, and got to knock off the number 1 school at home, night game day in front of our home crowd. It was just electrifying that whole time.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back in the next round of John Clay and Gary Ellison, I'm going to ask you the most you ever weighed as. John's got to go.
Yeah.
Really? There's nothing he can do more important than being on the Gary Ellison Homer Hour. All right, I asked Ron Dane. He said at some point I think he weighed like 270 at Wisconsin. And then they got him to lose weight, and he wasn't as good. And then Barry said, gain some weight. Get that weight back on. What was the most you ever weighed as a running back at Wisconsin, John Clay, since you got to go?
The most I ever weighed, it had to be when I got up to like 255, 260. I had off-season surgery on my ankles for the summer, so I didn't get to participate like I wanted to. So in all training camp, I'm wearing long sleeves. I'm doing extra stuff just to cut weight to get down to where I feel comfortable at. So I would say,
which was what weight?
Well, I felt my best was like 245. That's when I was running away from. I guess you know what? Another game when we played Miami,
that was a good one.
When we played them in the Chance Bowl, and they said I wouldn't be able to break a 50-yard run on them because I wasn't fast enough. And lo and behold, I got an opening, broke a 50-yard run on them, and that just kind of demoralized them after that.
Gary Ellison, the heaviest you were at Wisconsin ever?
215.
Why do you lie?
I was that weight as a sophomore.
No, you weigh 215 out your mama womb, bro. You already.
All right, John. Thanks. You're welcome back. You're welcome back anytime. I appreciate you doing this. So
I appreciate you for having me on your show, man. I appreciate it.
I just, I want to also be honest because there's no way you're doing anything more important than being on the show. But that's okay if you got to go. That's all right. I get it. You're John Clay. You can do whatever the hell you want. Third quarter coming up next.
All right, bro.
The Homer Hour is back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We've still got a crash on the ramp from 175 southbound to 94 westbound in the stadium interchange. Looks like the right lane is blocked with that, so careful around there. We are seeing eastbound 94 slowing down a little bit right through that area as well. Also, a vehicle fire being worked on the ramp from southbound 41 to Pilgrim Road. As a matter of fact, that ramp is closed right now because of the cleanup. The rest of the system, for the most part, looking pretty good. Still a little bit tight westbound on 894 as you're making your way from about 27th Street through the Loomis area with that construction zone. Traffic is brought to you by Johnson & Sons Paving. Potholes are a pain when they pop up in your asphalt. Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole lot. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Flurries ending, some clearing with a low of 25. Tomorrow mostly sunny with a high of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Mazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Weather is brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Get your in-home infrared sauna today. Great for post-workout detoxing, skin rejuvenation, back relief, and flexibility. Plus, more energy from better sleep. GoodHealthSaunas.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
TGIM. Thank goodness it's March. Court is in session. Basketball tournament time is the most exciting time of the year. Are you set for tip-off? Get those brackets ready and stock up for all the games with a trip to Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we've been your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. With a selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town, Discount Liquor is sure to make your tournament party a success. So get those brackets together and start the madness. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow in Maine. See all of our specials at discountliquor8.com.
Discount Liquor.
Can you hear me? Hey, ESPN Milwaukee fans. Gary Ellison here for my good friends over at Best Electric Services. They're family-owned and operated and have been serving you for over 50 years. No job is too big or too small. Whether it's making panel upgrades to your home, tuning up your generator, installing electric vehicle charging, or residential service calls, Best Electric provides quality services at fair prices. They are experienced and licensed electrical contractors ready to get to work. Connect with the best. Best Electric Service. Find out more at bestelect.com.
Attention all food and sports lovers. Are you ready to take your taste buds on an exciting adventure? Introducing the Hot House Chicken Sandwich from Hot House Tavern in Menominee Falls. Picture this, a perfectly breaded chicken breast topped with our spicy Hot House dip, crisp pickle chips, classic slaw, and our irresistible comeback sauce on a gourmet bun. It's perfect to enjoy while watching all of the basketball action. Don't wait. Head over to Hot House Tavern today and sink your teeth into the Hot House Chicken Sandwich and watch the games with us. Hot House Tavern in Menominee Falls. Visit our website, hothouse.tavern.com.
It's March Mania time at all Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealerships.
5 seconds left. Drives. Scores!
That means choosing from the area's biggest selection plus saving thousands from the Midwest top-ranked automotive dealer. Your nearby Cunis Auto Group dealership featuring America's #1 rated starting lineup from Buick and GMC. At nearby locations in both Greenfield and Oak Creek, we've got the only March Mania sales event in the Milwaukee Metro Region where everyone's a winner.
For the lead. Bullseye!
We're putting on a full court press to sell over 500 new and used vehicles in March. No other competitor can go one-on-one with the deals from the Cunis Auto Group team. Our Cunis sales MVPs lead the league and assist to our customers. So getting the vehicle of your needs at a price and payment you can afford is a slam dunk. Plus, we're paying above top Kelley Blue Book values on all trade-ins no matter what the mileage or condition, so buy like a champion today at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealership or online at shopcunis.com.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Let's talk about good friends over at Best Electric Service. They're family-owned and operated and have been serving you for over 50 years. No job is too big or too small, whether it's making panel upgrades to your home, tuning up your generator, installing electric vehicle charging, or residential service call. Best Electric provides quality service at fair prices. There are experienced and licensed electrical contractors ready to get the work done right away. Connect with the Best Electric Service. Find out more at bestelect.com.
That would be Gary Ellison. Is the Gary Ellison Homer Hour. I would like to mention, tune in to the Thanasis show every week. Bucks player Thanasis. It says Adetokounmpo, but no, he's got to learn you're just Thanasis. Sits down with special guests to have fun and honest conversations. NBA stars Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, basketball media royalty Jay Williams. No, you don't have to basketball media royalty. Dude was incredible until he got involved in that motorcycle accident. That's too bad. He was he was one of the great college players ever. Let's see. And more big-name guests are already part of Season 2 of Thanasis. Find Thanasis show today on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your podcasts, and subscribe to the Thanasis show YouTube channel for accompanying videos and special content. Do you know I have an inside scoop on Thanasis? You ready to go, Gary? So before the Thanasis show started, I'm sure, because I don't know how long ago I asked a member of the Bucks, and I said, look, I want to do a Thanasis show. I was fascinated by his energy as sitting on the bench and all that kind of stuff. He has great energy. I mean, we know he would not be on an NBA team, not for the fact that he was Giannis's brother, but that's fine. His great energy. He's a great end of the bench guy. I said, I'd like to do a Thanasis show. I never heard back from him. And the next thing you know I didn't hear back from him because Thanasis is doing his own show. He would benefit from me being a part of the show, I think, but it's the way it goes.
Home team. Yeah, I talk about my good friends over at the club.
We will. By the way, they're doing that Thanasis. It's probably going on now. Thanasis and Giannis. Actually, I apologize. Giannis and his brother. But anyway, yeah. And back to you. We got great partners. Let's get to the third partner.
We talk about good friends over at the Q Club of Wisconsin. Guys, they're the perfect place to catch a game, play some games, and grab a drink. Have you ever played that, what do they call that, bocce ball? You ever played that, Homer?
Yeah, that's like an Italian game, isn't it? Isn't that what you roll the balls?
I don't know. I played bocce ball for the first time last night at the Q Club. So they've got those bocce ball courts. They got dart balls. They got foosball tables. Sure. And, of course, they've got pool tables. And 10 of them, guys. Plus, the Q Club Wisconsin has its best fish fries on Wednesdays and Fridays. And you just know that they pile it hot. Check out live music on Saturdays and stop in for brunch every weekend starting at 9 a.m. It's all happening at the Q Club of Wisconsin on North Grandview Boulevard in Waukesha. Visit QClubWI.com or like them on Facebook.
Now, Q Club, they're way ahead. They're always doing stuff. Well, do they have pickleball yet? Do they have they got pickleball courts?
I never played pickleball before.
I know, but you need to tell the people that they need to get pickleball. I mean, you can do indoor pickleball, outdoor. You need to have pickleball.
Have you played pickleball?
I have, and I don't play as much as but it's the fastest growing sport in America. Everybody, there are places near where our daughter lives. They have pickleball courts outside. Whatever you do, you got to have.
Nobody's playing pickleball.
More people, they're playing that more than anything. It's fastest growing sport in the country. Ain't even close.
In my neighborhood where I grew up, we ain't playing pickleball.
They are. They have some pickleball. I don't know, in your neighborhood. They should. You'd like pickleball. Everybody likes pickleball. Everybody.
I'm just saying, there ain't no pickleball courts in my neighborhood.
Well, they should make them. I bet there are some.
Everybody. I don't know who you saying everybody
Yes,
is.
I'm talking about everybody. Everybody.
You need to go and ask Tony Smith, Smiff.
Yes.
You need to go and ask Tony Smith if they playing pickleball in his neighborhood.
Right, and I would say this also: if they have tennis courts, like in your neighborhood,
if you could ask him, but he's no longer with us. I bet you they ain't playing pickleball in George Thompson neighborhood either.
And from Brooklyn, actually, I bet they might be, but no, they should. I think more people in the neighborhoods you're talking about are playing pickleball than you think. But everybody's playing. I'm trying to help the Q Club. They need to have a pickleball court inside. Okay, like fine. For example, right near the avenue where we are, they have 2 shuffleboard courts. Right. That should be a pickleball court. Pickleball would get 10,000. They'd have people lining up to wait to play pickleball. Have you ever played pickleball? No, you haven't. I think you'll like it.
I'm going to ask you this. Huh?
Yes. Go ahead, ask me.
You play pickleball?
Not much. No. But I see everybody playing it everywhere.
When you played pickleball, where'd you play pickleball at when you played it?
Wherever my wife set up the court, like it's all tennis courts. Tennis courts that aren't being used. In your neighborhood, they have a few tennis courts, right? Nobody's ever on them, right? They're just empty, correct? They changed those to pickleball courts, and people in your neighborhood would start playing pickleball. More would play pickleball than tennis, because you know how many are playing tennis? None. And those tennis courts are getting old, right? You have, probably 2 tennis courts in your neighborhood, right? 2?
No.
In the park?
No.
No. Yes. Come on. Everybody they built tennis courts in every neighborhood. All right.
Did you, Jimmy?
By the way, we need to take a break.
You remember Jimmy?
Yes. Yes.
You run the picket fence with Jimmy?
Correct. Jimmy Chitwood, yes. Yeah, we're in Indianapolis. They have a place in honor of Bobby Plump. He was the original Jimmy Chitwood. Actually, you know who the real Jimmy Chitwood was? Have you actually watched Hoosiers?
Man, like 100 times, bro.
100 times. All right, the real Hoosiers. The real Jimmy Chitwood, the player that more than anything else took his team to a state championship. Now, the thing they did in Hoosiers, that team was one of the best teams in the state at the time they won it, they honored. The real Jimmy Chitwood was Scott Skiles. Scott Skiles took a team from took a team from Plymouth, Indiana. They won the state title. Yeah. You know who we beat in the semifinals?
Hickory.
No. He was at Plymouth. Sean Kim.
Oh.
Yes. To get to the turn. And in the state finals, he made like a 3-point shot. So Scott Skiles takes the team in Indiana to win the state championship. They have only one league, only one class. Everybody's in it. Nobody on his team other than him played higher than Division III. Nobody.
Wow, that's kind of like that guy last night from Oakland, that John Goki guy.
Yes. No one knows about him either. The guy from Oakland, he went to Hillsdale. Yeah. His coach was from Wisconsin. His coach at Hillsdale was John Tharp, who was part of the state championship team at Sheboygan North when they won with Kurt Portman and those guys. Yes, he was a guard on that team.
Goki went to Pewaukee, right?
I don't know where he went. I don't know where he went to high school.
High School, yeah.
I just know where the coach at Hillsdale that had him for those 4 years, and he was a coach at Lawrence. He won at Lawrence, which if you win at Lawrence, you should coach Kentucky or something. No one can win at Lawrence. And then he went to Hillsdale and was hoping to get the job at Green Bay. He didn't get it, so he retired now as the AD at Hillsdale. But everything you hear about that kid is all because of a guy, his coach, who's from Wisconsin. All right, we got to do the fourth quarter. What are the chances that you'll play pickleball in the next? Will you remember next week that we talked about pickleball this week? No.
Homer. So let's talk about pickleball next week. We'll reconvene.
Oh, by the way, you have to leave, so I'll do the last portion.
Yes.
You got to get out. Bye.
Do the last portion.
I will.
We'll talk about pickleball next week.
Bye. Say goodbye. I'm Gary Ellison. Go ahead.
Goodbye. I'm Gary Ellison.
Say goodbye. Yeah. Fourth quarter alone. It won't be as good because he's not here, but he's got to speak somewhere. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on 94.5 ESPN. Football Guy.
Good morning, Tausch. How are you?
Football Guy.
Old T's a little, I'm not feeling 100%. Tummy ache?
Coming at it from different views.
No, just I think with all that little stuff that's going around and the long trip back from the loo, I'm going to grind.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
We know that the people of Wisconsin are hard workers, that they're tough. But even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Q Club of Wisconsin is a hangout spot for watching sports, playing games, and having some drinks. Mike, what do you have going on over there?
We have so much going on. We're the place to be for basketball season, with TVs everywhere. Book a party in our VIP room, which includes a private pool table, 2 shuffleboard tables, and 4 dartboards. Sign up for summer bocce leagues now before they fill up. And of course, we've got our fish fry on Wednesdays and Fridays, where you know we pile it high.
All happening at the Q Club of Wisconsin, North Grandview Boulevard in Waukesha. Check out QClubofWisconsin.com.
The moment you've been waiting for is here. Eagle Sports Range is officially open for action. It's Wisconsin's largest indoor range, offering unlimited range time in 40 lanes, which include 20 20-yard lanes and 20 50-yard lanes. And no reservations needed. Just show up and let the fun begin. With a staggering selection of 100 firearm rentals to use, every visit is a new adventure. Eagle Sports Range is also a go-to for education. Take advantage of their concealed carry classes and gun safety courses. Safety first, excitement second. Visit them out in Cudahy or online at eaglesportsrange.com. Eagle Sports Range, where education meets exhilaration.
Looking for a totally rad flavor adventure, brochachos? Look no further than Surfer Boy Pizza as seen in Stranger Things. Each mouth-watering variety contains rich tomato sauce, delicious mozzarella cheese, and a gnarly range of toppings. The crust is crispy on the outside and airy on the inside. You'll think it was hand-tossed by the Surfer Boy Pizza dudes themselves. Look for it in the freezer aisle at your local store and buckle up your taste buds with Surfer Boy Pizza.
Go beyond your field of study and get a world-class education in leadership by joining the U.S. Army ROTC. Army ROTC programs transform students into confident leaders and provide a wide range of scholarships to help pursue life-defining careers. As an Army officer, you'll work side by side with peers who support your growth. Gain the experience and get the resources to open doors down the road. Army ROTC is open for enrollment. Visit goarmy.com/ROTC to learn more about available opportunities and scholarships, including at Marquette University.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls, and right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free, plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Hi, I'm David Gruber. When you've been seriously injured, you need the best team of professionals on your side. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices to get the results you deserve. One call, that's all.
This is the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
I can't believe it. Had Mike Dean as a guest, former Marquette coach, and he said, I really like Yale. Mike Dean, the former Marquette coach, of course, at Siena, was a 13th or 14th seed. They beat number 3 seed Stanford. I mean, it was a million years ago. Yale, he said Yale, and I thought, you're crazy. Yale, they shouldn't even be in the tournament because Brown had one of the great collapses ever in their conference tournament. Excuse me. And Yale is beating Auburn I think by what? A point, and there's like just a few seconds left? I mean, I said when there were no upsets earlier today, it kind of go back and forth that it could change. Now, there's 33 seconds left. Yale is beating Auburn 75-74, and Yale's going to get the ball, so I'm assuming game and shot clock differ by 3. I'm assuming that Auburn will try to steal the ball and then foul right away to get as many possessions as possible. But Yale beating Auburn? Come on. Maybe in the GE College Bowl, but like college basketball? Man, I don't think this would make things easier for UConn, but Yale over Auburn? Wow. I don't know. Now they inbounded the ball. I don't know. Yale. You watch the end of the game, you wonder, how can Yale be ahead? So my thanks to Gary Ellison, my thanks to John Clay. And I will try to get some, I don't know who the expert is on high school football in the state of Wisconsin as to whether or not John Clay was, in fact, one of the greatest high school players ever, maybe the best ever, at running back. So it's the NCAA tournament. Marquette with a win, Wisconsin. Well, if Yale can beat Auburn, then anything's possible. It's too bad Cardinal Stritch isn't still around. If they could have got it, they could have beat UConn. Come on. Yale over Auburn. Yale! I don't see how, but Mike Dean predicted it. And so if Yale wins, have to get him on next week. How did you know? Maybe he pulled it off as a coach many years ago, so I guess he would know. Thanks again to Gary Ellison and John Clay. Gary Ellison left because he's got an important speech. Now Yale is up 3 with 33 seconds left. I think it would probably be against the law to do some sort of play-by-play, but always a pleasure. Have no idea when Marquette's playing next on Friday, and Wisconsin against James Madison coming up soon. Next.
Well, they've closed off the ramp from southbound 175 to westbound 94 because of a crash. So give yourself some extra time to get through that area and avoid that ramp itself. We do still have the ramp from southbound 41 to Pilgrim Road closed because of a vehicle fire. They're doing the cleanup there. Other than that, southbound 43 tapping on the brakes between Hampton Avenue and Keith through that construction zone. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in